Hi, this is David Minson, G4 Guitar Schools in Lake Forest with another video lesson. And in this lesson today, we're going to be looking at our beginner arpeggios using a G chord, a G7 chord, and a C chord. Okay, and whether you know one of these chords, just the G or the G7, or all, just two of them, or all three, this lesson is for you. Okay. Now, building on from our first picking video for arpeggios, we looked at a pattern where we took strings 3, 2, 1, 2. That was our pattern. Okay, if you haven't looked at that video yet, go back and check out this video. So this is our very first arpeggio picking exercise where we picked strings 3, 2, 1, 2, and then we learnt to keep going in a round robin. So 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so what we're going to do with this now is we're going to take that picking pattern and we're simply going to use our left hand or our fretting hand to push down and make the chord shape. Okay, so the chords will be G. Okay, we hold our third finger on the 3rd fret 1st string and we take our 3, 2, 1 picking pattern. And you'll hear a difference because the 3rd fret 1st string note is now ringing out, giving us a G arpeggio because this comes from the G chord. So again, we're pushing down with our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret 1st string, okay, and we're picking strings 3, 2, 1, 2. Once we're happy with that and the notes are sounding nice and clear, each one is good, we're going to play that round a few times. Okay. Okay, it can be super slow, which is the best place to start. And over time, when we're used to it, we're going to build up speed. Then for our G7, very simply, we change to our G7 shape here with our 1st finger and we do the same thing. And you hear that note now has changed. So the arpeggio is now a G7 arpeggio. And you start slowly, making sure each note is clear and that the finger pushing down on that note is on the fingertip. Okay, that's our G7 arpeggio. We then move over to a C arpeggio, which is the 1st finger on the 1st fret 2nd string, and we do the same pattern. And there we have it. So first we're going to practice them individually and get the idea of moving this picking pattern around in a circle, getting used to having our fingers pushed down and making sure each note is nice and clean. Once we've done that, we're going to then start work to join them together in a sequence where we pass from one arpeggio to the next arpeggio. Okay, so for example, we would take a G arpeggio and join it straight away to a G7 arpeggio. And we want to try and do that, go back to G, where we don't miss a beat and it's one continuous picking pattern moving back from chord to chord. And then we would do the same from the G7 to the C. And you have to take this slow to start with because we want to make sure that we have all the notes ringing nice and clearly and the notes are connecting without a break. Okay? So practice nice and slowly. If you have questions, we'll talk more in our lessons. Thanks so much.